All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Double honors to Apostle and Elders in New York, GMS. Salak. Salutations to you, Ak, around the world is teaching the truth. And shalom to you, Sirius Aqua. My name is Maya Ka'ala Bangad with Chicago branch, a great millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, and black is a color, not a nationality. Okay. We are not affiliated with any black identity and string groups. We are not affiliated with any violent groups. We are not affiliated with any terrorist groups. We are not affiliated with any militant groups. We are not affiliated with any other Islamic groups. And right here is a perfect example of the speckled bird, man. All right, and the sister name's Ayumi. Salaf, if I pronounce it wrong. Ayumi. All right, so Ayumi grew up in Japan. Now her father is Jake. All right, her father is so-called black man. All right, so-called Negro Judah. You know, as far as you know, he's an Israelite. And guess what? Her mom is an Ammonite. All right, these are her children. Okay, and her children's father is a so-called Negro, so-called black man. You know. And the Israelite was proved that you are the seed of your father. There's no such thing as half black. A black is a color, not a nationality. There's no such thing as that, man. There's no such thing as mixed race, man. All right, you are the seed of your father. I'm gonna let her tell her story. I'm gonna skip certain parts. All right, so what's this? All right.
And but it's not so bad.
Oh, one more thing. You read this because I don't want them to take it down. All right. Come on. All right. All right. So you know her mom is an Ammonitis. Okay. All right. She's from the nation of Ammon, so-called Japanese. As far as we know it, you know, we do have people in Japan. All right. They look like Ammon. Okay, so all Japanese, but far as you know, her mom is Japanese. All right, so right here it says Section 107, Corporate Act provides a statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. As example, activities that may qualify as fair use. So this is for teaching, scholarship, and research. You know, so this for educational purpose. Okay. I do not own this clip. I am not making a profit. I do not own the audio to this clip. All right, again, this is for educational purposes. All right, so let her tell a little story. All right.
In San Diego, but when I decided to go back to Japan, I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, become, really sick and ill because, you become a single mom in a different country and you have 3 little children, So I decided to go back and I talked to my mom, like, can I live it in your house? That was a really bad idea because my mom was a single mom, so she has the idea of, yes, that's her grandchildren. But you know what I mean? She's Japanese. I'm Japanese. And I start.
All right. And it's a trip, man. And this story is similar to what happened to our people during the Greco-Roman times. All right. So her mom is Japanese, Ammon, and she thinks she's Japanese, but her father is a so-called African American man. It's a Negro, man. All right. So-called Negro. All right. He's an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. All right. So this is what Paul was dealing with when he came upon our people in the Greco-Roman time. They was thinking they Greeks, man. All right. They spoke the Greek language, everything. All right. Hate the foods, abominated foods and stuff. Did abominated things. All right. And this is what Paul came like. Paul came to him, point out they the Israelites. All right. Some heed to it. They came to the truth. Learned the Israelites, started speaking the Hebrew language. Lashwan, Lashwan Kodash, Holy Hebrew tongue, all right? Okay. And they begin to do all the customs, and there's like customs, start observing the high holy days, all right? They got accepted back into the Commonwealth of Israel, you know? And now she thinks she's Japanese because of her mama, and that she was raised in Japan. She thinks actually she's an Israelite, man. You are the seed of your father. All right. So you get this right here, Numbers 1 verse 18, and they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the month. Second month, they clear their pedigrees after their family by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by the polls. All right, because Israel's a patriarchal nation. Why? Because the man whose name Yaqua, which means supplanter in Hebrew, in English is in a watered down language is Jacob. All right, his name changed. Yaqua changed to Yasha He Prince of Power, and in English is Israel. All right, it was correctly Yasha All right, it says right here. All right, so it says. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince thou hast power with as a prince thou hast power with right here. Let me go right here in Hebrew. All right. Thou have power with Allahayim, all right, and with men, all right. So, all right, and with men has prevailed, all right. All right, so it said Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it thou asked after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name place Peniel, for I had seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. Okay. All right. So there you go, man. All right. So he seen Allah. So he was wrestling an angel, man. All right. Israel, you go back to Israel. All right. It said Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah does not mean let's see, it said he will rule as God. Basically he prince of power. He's prince of Yahweh. I mean he's prince of Allah, the power. He prince of power. Yashar Allah. All right. We're the sons of the Most High. All right. He wrestled the angel. All right. But this is a progenitor of the nation of Israel. That's why Israel is a paternal nation. All right. Because our progenitor, our beginner of our nation was a man. Okay. So back to this. All right.
Theme. Especially my oldest daughter, that time I think she was third grade. I think fourth grade in America, but the Japan is.
All right, so that's our daughter. You ever see the son that watched this? 11. Our children, our father. Let's see.
She always have a very nice, different hair, and she has tan, as a Japanese woman. So I'm asking her name is Nana, and I was like, Nana-chan, why are you wearing like that? And then one day she showed me the picture of a black man. Has like the hair like what do you call that one?
Yeah, I think it's like a box cut kinda. I think.
Yeah, and I was like, who is this person? Is he from Africa? And then she goes like, no, not black people is not only from Africa. You mean the black people living in the United States and they call African American. And I was like, And
which was helped by Jesse Jackson, all right, the sellout, all right, who deemed our people, the Israelites, all right, so-called Negroes, all right, the tribe of Judah as African American in the late 1989 to 1990. That's where that term came from. I remember as a kid, so-called Negroes, because even though I'm Nordic, I was grouped in with them, from tribe of Gad, so I grew up in a Judite neighborhood, all right. And I remember seeing on our forums. I remember black. I remember Black American. All right. Every year they list us. All right. And then around 89, 90, something like that, so they started calling us African American and stuff. Again, I was grouped in with them. All right. So play this again. All right. But the so-called Negroes are Israelites from the tribe of Judah. Yeah.
This is a weird true story. She gave me this mixtape of New Jack City.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, this sounds so trouble. I remember that when I listened, it sounds like I'm doing some bad thing or something. And I started listening to those music, and next, I think I was really interested. Not only just African American. Yes, I really attracted to somehow black people's skin. Somehow,
Okay.
I don't need to be any disrespect.
Because you're Israelite. Because you are a Israelite. You're a Hebrew Israelite. That's why you try to your people, man. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. We are the children of your house. That's why you try to your people. It's in your spirit, man. All right.
Or anything like that. But I used to take this poster from my school. It shows like you're gonna go to Africa and helping these African children, whatever the mom and children picture. I got the poster, just tear it up from the school. I put it in my room, and my room was almost like an island, like reggae kind of. And my mom opened the door, and then she was like, "What are you doing?" But like really attracted to, I don't know. I really don't know why. But then I started going to other countries like Indonesia, Bali. It's not Africa or any, Jamaica, but I always like different music, different world music. Yeah. And after that, I encountered my other elementary school friend, Japanese friend. And she has another girlfriend who came to United States to learn English. And she already had like I guess black friends. And she asked me to go out to club with her. And I was like, okay, no problem. I go to club, like a Japanese people club, and I like hip hop or reggae. So she asked me to go. And at this point, I was like, oh my God, I really like it. And I think another thing was I really wanted to learn English at the time when I was like around 16 or something. So I started going out to club, which is I was always telling my kids that, Mom, you should be telling us this story. But I was like, I'm not hiding everything. And I was learning English at the same time, go home, study, and go out talking to people. I had a lot of black girlfriends, white too, Hispanic, everybody. And I started making friends. And then I guess later on, I met my ex-husband. 2 other Japanese girls already met the black man. And then they asked me, can you go out with us? And another guy's coming. I wasn't really going for it. I was like, I don't care. And then I went out, and then we started dating, and everybody else broke up, but me and my ex-husband, we married. And yeah, that's like, make it really short, but that's the story.
Yep, so there you go. All right, now she looks Japanese. All right, to with somebody with an untrained eye, she looks Japanese, but she is an Israelite. Her father is a Jew, like so-called Negroes. The father of her children is so-called Negroes. All right, so her children. Let's see a picture of children. All right. Picture of children. Right.
And I was wondering, like, why I have to be fitting in?
Let's see, trying to get the kids. Well, anyway, let me see. Yep. All right. So there you go, right here. Children, right here. All right. Now, children. Somebody would think for the untrained eye, would think they Japanese, but they're Israelites, man. All right, they're Hebrew Israelites. All right. Her and her children are Judahites. Why? Because they are the seed of their forefathers. Okay. You go to guess who mother was an Ammonitess? King Solomon's son, Rehoboam. All right, here you go right here. And we all know Solomon was Yahushua, the reincarnation. All right. It said 1 Kings chapter 14:21. It said Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old, began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which Yahweh did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naaman, an Ammonitess. All right. This is King Rehoboam who reigned over us, man. All right. He's an Israelite, man. All right. You are the seed of your father. All right. You are the seed of your father, no matter what you look like. All right. And yes, we had people in Japan. We had people in Japan before that, man. All right. So Japanese proverb said, in order to be a samurai, you must have black blood, Negro blood, Israelite blood. All right. That's fact, man. All right. Some of those samurais, 80% of samurais were ninjas. Was shinobi, correct word for them is shinobi. All right. A lot of them was Israelites, man. All right. One of the previous videos I did, you had slaves from Japan. Doubles our people, man. The speckled birds among them. Back then, they looked like Japanese with dark skin. All right. Okay. Those are people among the Ammonites in Japan, man. All right. So, I'm going to end this. I hope you've been edified. And Shalom.